thoughts coming and going. And try not to engage. So as they come and go, let them come and go. Almost like passing someone that you vaguely know in the street, or someone that you know really well, but you've got something else going on and you just sort of smile, wave, or just a little nod of the head and walk past. You don't stop to chat. You can do that afterwards. So breathing in now, taking that breath right down. Feel as if you're pulling it in from all around you and filling up your whole body now. And as you exhale, exhaling gently through your mouth, pulling everything in towards you. So you're pulling your belly in, pulling the sides of your body in, really squeezing the muscles quite gently but firmly, without any tension, but with strength, to expel every single last bit of air. As you breathe in, getting bigger, expanding the body, raising the crown of the head up towards the sky. As you breathe out, letting everything come back in close. Using the belly to squeeze any last bits of air out. So nice, beautiful, slow, deep breaths. Make sure that your sit bones are both heavy on the floor, providing you with a beautiful solid base. And from there, stacking your spine up. Neck is long, crown of the head lifted up towards the sky. And I invite you to gently open your eyes now. Keep your gaze low. And now as we breathe in and out, we start to move. We're going to rock the body forward. So think about that movement coming from your hips, from your thighs, from your lower back. So keeping it low, we're going to move the body backwards and forwards. Just warming up those hip joints, putting a little bit of pressure on that join just there where we have our lovely lymph system. And then we're going to incorporate that with the breath. So as you breathe out, you are moving forward, or as you move forward, you're breathing out, whichever way you want to look at it. And as you come back, you're breathing in. So when you come back, lean back as much as you can. Hold on to your knees if you need to, if you want to get that nice little extra stretch in your arms. So leaning back, feel that in your elbows, in your wrists, and your shoulders. Keep your chest up high. So sternum up, head is back. Try and keep your head, neck, and back in line. So I'm exaggerating here. You move with each breath. So exhaling to come forward, inhaling to come back. As if you're in a rocking chair, and you are the rocking chair. So we're going backwards and forwards. Feel that in your hips, feel that in your lower back. When you come backwards, try to keep your back straight. When you come forwards, allow your back to round gently, especially right from the bottom there, bringing your forehead down towards the ground. Whole body breath. Every little bit of you is working here in sync with your breath, hopefully. And if it isn't, just give yourself a beat and then come back to it. Last one. Make that breath the slowest and deepest so far. Lovely. Coming back up to sitting. Taking your legs out in front of you now. Let's bring the toes back towards the face. So legs out. Thinking about trying to get the whole of the back of your leg on the left. Focus there for a minute. Onto the mat. Pressing down with your knee. Not pressing your knee, but pressing your knee down. and then with the right leg. So pushing the backs of your thighs into the mat, pushing the backs of your knees in, and the backs of your calves. And at the same time, drawing your toes towards your face, feeling that connection with your sit bones so that you can draw yourself up really tall. And we're going to round the shoulders slightly. So we're keeping that length. We're just bringing the shoulders together, as if you're trying to join the front parts of your shoulders together at the front. Don't worry, it's probably not going to happen. It's just that feeling of the direction of movement. And then we open up. So the opposite movement, shoulder blades coming together. And that lets us lift the sternum a little and send it forward and a little bit up too. So we're lengthening through the front of the body. We've got that lovely length right from the groin up to the chin. Shoulder blades tucking together. And relax the shoulders. Send your shoulders down to the floor. So hands drop down, hands touching the floor gently, palms to the floor, and drop your shoulders. So we're rolling the shoulders down. Or not really rolling, that's probably the wrong word, just dropping down. So you've got lots of length from the base of your ear on the left and the right to the top of your shoulder, and then just sliding down. And then release, bringing your shoulders up. So we're taking them up towards your ears, lifting them up. At the same time, toes are still pulling back towards you. So we're lengthening through the whole of the back of each leg, lifting the shoulders up towards your ears, scrunching everything up, and then relaxing down. Let's do some shoulder circles a little bit faster now. So rolling them around. And this is sometimes where you find little creaky bits, little bits that are a bit, ooh, what have I been doing there? Or what have I not been doing there? So round one way, both shoulders going in the same direction. And then let's reverse that. So trying to keep everything else fairly still. Allowing your arms to just follow. The lead is with your shoulders. Round. And then forwards and backwards. A little bit faster than before, where we broke it down. And relax. Bringing your chin to your chest now. Dropping your chin down, still giving that lovely length in your back. Deep stretch in the back of your neck. Are those knees still poking down towards the ground? Are your toes still heading back towards your face, towards your torso? Arms are relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. We're just taking chin to chest. Seeing how far down we can feel that stretch. And then raise that lovely chin all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, letting the back of your head come to rest at the top of your back. And let's jut the chin up towards the sky. Hard to talk and do that at the same time, but here goes, the chin up, stretch out all those things that are stuck there. If you don't know how to say them, or you don't really want to say them, or you're worried about saying them, or maybe they don't need to be said. But let's stretch out the chin. Give the thyroid and thymus a little bit of a poke there. And relax. Gently bringing your head back. Head feels super heavy in that position, bringing it back. And then we're going to inhale, taking the arms up. Stretch up. So lovely stretch down the sides of your body. And we're going to stretch first on the left. So we are still keeping that nice, strong connection with the sit bones. Toes still poking back towards the face, towards the hips. And you might be starting to feel a little tired now, even though we're just sitting here with our legs out. That's great. We're just moving so gently, but it's very strong. So we're going to take an in breath. And as you breathe out, come over to the right side. So we're stretching into the left. Breathing in to come back to center. Breathing out to come over to the left side. Breathing in, come back to center. And let's go over to the right. And coming back to center. Go at your own pace. Let's do another round after this second half of this particular one. So 3 rounds in total. Think about your chest. Are you curling down and round? Can you keep your chest a little more upright? Are your arms parallel? Are you twisting? See if you can stay as straight as you can. Last one. And back to center. Well done. Let's take the arms down and behind and clasp the hands together. Bring your feet to touch if they're not already. So big toes touching, heels, ankles touching. And then we're going to push those hands away, rolling the shoulders out, taking your hands down towards the ground and lifting your chin just slightly. Lovely, strong stretch across the chest there. Moving that communication piece down towards the heart. Lots of space in the front of the body. So don't curl round here if you can help it. Lovely and straight and long in the front of the body. Shoulder blades squeezing together. And release. Well done. We're going to take the arms up again on an inhale, so out to the sides or out to the front, whichever you prefer. Inhaling up, looking up this time, look up towards your hands. And as you exhale, let's fold forward. Stay low, allow your breath to come and go easily, but try and make each breath deep and slow. So here we are in Paschimottanasana. Let's stay folded forward, but let's try and move with the breath. So we haven't perhaps been practicing together for a little while. So we're starting off deep, but slow. As you breathe in, you allow that space to open up in your chest. You'll come away from your legs. Keep your hands and arms low, either on the ground or on your legs or your feet, wherever they come to. And as you exhale, take that breath out of your body completely empty, 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 empty. And like a pair of bellows, folding forward. Make sure you empty out the breath completely. Think about opening up, it's not spring yet, but opening up cupboards and opening up drawers and letting all the stale air fly out. Moving at your own pace with each breath. Your gaze is on your feet, on your toes. If you can see your hands and your feet, you might notice that they are a slightly different color. They might all be completely the same color. We're cutting off a little bit of the circulation in the groin here on purpose. We're hoping to flush everything around the body when we release. And we're going to come out of here. So take your last lovely deep inhale, deep exhale, or full exhale rather. Folding forward. And then coming all the way back. Okay, we're keeping the legs out because we're coming into a reverse plank. So hands behind you, wherever you feel is comfortable. You can adjust them later. Don't worry too much about where they are. Fingertips pointing towards your toes, towards your feet. Make sure that your legs are both pointing in the same direction, they're level, and then we're going to take the hips off. So pushing down now into the whole of the flat of your hand, not just into your heels, pointing your toes away, straightening through the legs, lifting the hips, lifting the torso, lengthening through the front of your body. What can often happen here is we end up like a hammock. Bottom is hanging down. We want the hips up. We want that lovely straight line. So look down the line of your body, that beautiful line, the front of your body, rolling your shoulders round if you can. And if it works for you, now allowing your head to come back, coming into looking up at the sky, looking up at the ceiling, squeezing your hips, your glutes, taking your toes down towards the mat and releasing, coming out the way we went in. So lifting the head, allowing your hips to come back down, bringing your knees up at the end of that movement, wrapping your arms around and coming for a little bit of a balance. So rounding through the back now, counter pose and forehead down to your knees. Again, we're trying to get that stretch all the way from the back of our skull down through the neck, through the top of the back, and round down into the lower back. Coming up here, we're going to come into a squat. So hopping up, however which way works, come into your squat. Make any adjustments that you need to for knees, for ankles, for hips. Lovely, well done. So we're coming into our, or we're hanging out in our squat. Think about trying to get an equal pressure on your left and your right foot or feet, on both feet. So you're not leaning over to the right or to the left, you're right bang in the middle. And if you're up on toes, constantly working to bring your heel down towards the ground. Not that that is where your heel has to be, it's just that as we are in any position, we're always looking for that stretch opportunity. We're looking for the strengthening and the lengthening and the flexibility opportunity in the asana. If you are on your flat feet, then you are looking at bringing your knees forward, increasing the angle of your foot and shin. Actually decreasing the angle, right? So making that distance smaller between the two. And we're going to take the hands down towards the ground. We're coming into our lovely first inversion. So Uttanasana, easy forward bend. Everybody loves this one. I think I do. So hands down towards the floor, and then let's keep torso and thighs together as we start to straighten the legs. So torso, thighs, stay stuck, glue them together, lift your bottom up slowly, straightening through the legs, very slow and intentional with this movement today. We could just flip into Uttanasana so quickly, but where's the fun in that? We miss out so much. So slow, slow, slow. Notice when you start to feel like your torso needs to peel away from your thighs, and hold in that space for just a moment. Allow your head and neck to relax. So you'll be looking perhaps at your shins or through the gap between them. Breathing easily and deeply, and then carry on straightening those legs, allowing your torso to just gently peel away as you straighten your legs. And here we are in Uttanasana. So one of the main objectives for this asana is to have a really lovely stretch all the way along the posterior chain, which is from the soles of your feet up through your ankles, your calves, through the backs of your legs, into your hips, into your lower back, all up your lovely spine, your neck, and into the back of your head. We also want to get that feeling of blood flow to the head, neck, face, to your brain, moving the spinal fluid around, giving it a little bit of a shove in a different direction for a change. Or maybe not. Maybe you spend a lot of time upside down, which is fantastic. I don't do it nearly enough, but hey, we do what we can. So enjoying that lovely forward bend, easy forward bend. Hands either on the mat, or you can link your forearms so that that extra little bit of weight helps stretch out under your arms. Try to relax into this posture and allow everything to ease and soften. And then taking your hands to the mat, we start to move. We're going to come into downward facing dog, another beautiful asana to start the day, to start the week almost, to start the year almost. So taking some distance between your feet and your hands, allowing your long legs to lengthen even more, taking your heels down towards the mat, spreading out your toes, feeling your mat, feeling the surface that you're standing on with the whole of the sole of your foot, the left and the right. Stretching out your hands so that you feel you're pressing the underside of your knuckles into the mat, your fingers into the mat, not just your wrists and your heels of your hands, the whole of your hands. Now lengthening the backs of the legs by taking your hips up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. So a little bit of a tilt in the hips. You'll feel that, yay, feel that very much so in the backs of the legs. And then shoulders broad, keep them wide. So you've got lots of room between your upper arms and your head. There's no contact between your ears and your arms. And then lengthening through the whole of your spine and your arms as you push the floor away from you with your hands. Maybe that will take your chest a little closer towards your thighs. It's not where we're aiming to go. We're just looking for that length in the arms and the back. And then well done, looking to use your hands here, coming into a plank. So we're just gently pivoting. Maybe you need to adjust a little bit with your feet, sliding your toes backwards, and enjoy that squeezing of your toes into the mat, the underside of your toes stretching out each toe, stretching out the sole of each foot, keeping your thighs slightly externally rotated by squeezing your glutes here. Pull your belly in towards your spine. Keep your shoulders wide and broad. Well done. Think about that strong core, however strong you think it is or isn't. You're here, you're in this lovely plank. Well done. Take a deep breath in. And knees to the mat. Take your knees down. Release your feet. Bring your big toes together. You can take your knees further apart if you wish, or you can bring them in towards each other. Send yourself back into Balasana. Try to keep your arms extended. Try to keep your hands, if not exactly where they were, as far away from you as possible. We want lots of lovely opening up under the arms here. So 2 things going on. Well, actually many things going on, but the 2 main things are, think about getting your hips to your heels, and think about stretching your fingertips as far away from you as you can. So you might want to just gaze forward at that space between your thumbs for the moment. Let your breath settle. So it's sort of a little bit of a con of a balasana here. We're not completely relaxed, I'm afraid. We'll get there in a moment. Just want that lovely opening up under the arms. That feeling of pressing the shoulders down towards the mat. And then release. Come into whichever form of balasana you wish to feel completely relaxed. Maybe you want to take your elbows down to the mat. Maybe you want to drop your forehead down. You may even wish to release your arms and have your hands either side of your feet. Completely up to you. Do what works for you. Think about your breath here. Where are you breathing? Do you need to breathe into the sides of your body, into your back, into your upper chest? You may not be able to get the same depth of breath, but try and make that slow, steady pace stay with you. And then gently coming up, looking towards your hands. We're coming forward now. We're coming back into plank. So set yourself up. We won't be in plank for very long. We're just going to hold in plank for a moment. And then we're coming back into downward facing dog. So sending your hips up, pivoting the body so that you bring your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Your shoulders are wide, your hips are wide. Sending your hips, your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Bringing yourself right back into that perfect downward dog for you that we were just in, that you were just in. Think about all the different parts of your body, little adjustments that you can make. Pushing the floor away, using the whole of the palm of your hand, using the whole of the sole of each foot. Lengthening through the back, shoulders wide. And then we're coming into upward facing dog. This is downward facing dog. Upward facing dog, we're going to slide forward past plank, hips down towards the mat, but let them hover. Take your shoulders wide. You might want to make space for your chest to come through between your arms. Squeeze your glutes here, long and strong in the legs. Well done. And pushing back a little so that we get that extra little stretch in the soles of your feet. Hips off the mat. We're just hovering here. And then let's take the hips down. Stay up if you can. We are into our cobra here. You might want to lower a little bit, or you might be happy where you were. Up to you, but we want the chest forward and the shoulders back. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze the tops of your feet down into the mat. Strong in each leg here. Use your legs and your thighs. Well, your thighs are parts of your legs, but anyway. And your glutes to be strong in your legs so that you can support your back. And then using your arms and using the muscles in your back, slowly lowering down. Very slowly. And we're heading towards the crocodile here. So bringing your arms into makara, one stacked on top of the other, and bringing your forehead down. Let's release any tension in the neck, in the sides of your neck, in the back of your neck. Allow your legs to fluff out to the sides or in towards each other, whichever way your legs like to go. completely relaxed in your legs, your hips, in your mid back and lower back. Well done. Enjoy the rest here for a moment. Take a round of deep, steady breath before we start to move again. We have another animal to visit here, so tuck your toes under, hands either side of your chest, spread your fingers out, take your elbows behind you, and we're bringing ourselves peeling up into cobra, coming past cobra, going back into upward facing dog. Yes, I know it's tricky. If that doesn't work for you, come straight into downward facing dog. We are in downward facing dog, and we are not going to be hanging out here. We're moving straight on to pigeon. So let's start with the right leg being dynamic. So take your weight into your left, take your right leg out behind you. Briefly into a three-legged dog, right leg out and up behind you before you tuck that knee in, bring it into your chest, look at your hands or the space between your hands before you send that right leg forward, right foot comes towards your left hand, right knee towards your right hand. You might want to slide your back leg further away from you as you sit back a little. Now, I haven't been doing pigeon for a little while, so I definitely need a little bit of support underneath my right thigh. So it's your bent leg that gets the support. The extended back leg is doing its own thing by itself. So this just goes under here. So under your butt, under your thigh, wherever works for you. Grab any kind of cushion. If you don't need it, if you're very flexible, if you've been doing lots of nice hip openers, then you just rely on that thigh being on the mat. We're looking for that thigh to be supported so that you can rest and relax and let go and not have any tension in this bent leg. If this is quite extreme and doesn't feel very comfortable for you, you are welcome to come into Baddha Konasana, very gentle, easy cobbler pose where you're sitting up with your knees out to the side and your feet together. Or you can adjust by letting your right foot slide back towards your hips. If you're super flexible today, then you're looking for a little bit of a, contact with the mat on the right thigh, and you can bring your right foot up towards your left hand. We're going to fold forward, so let's fold forward together. Try to relax your hips, try to let go of any tension there. If you're holding on to the muscles in your belly, let go. And then pushing the hands back down into the mat. We're coming back up and sitting up as tall as you can and enjoying that lovely extra stretch now in the left side, opening up the left hip. And now we're going to do a little bit of a swap around and let's work on the other side. So taking your hands back down to the mat, we're coming out as slowly, as carefully, as thoughtfully as we went in. So tucking the left toes under, lengthening through that left leg. So we take it off the ground and then sliding the right leg back, staying low in plank. And just close your eyes here and notice the difference in sensation between your right leg and your left leg, your right hip and your left hip, if any, just noticing. And then coming up into downward facing dog. So taking a lovely hips up, heels down, stretching through the back of the body, lengthening across the backs of the shoulders so that you are broad and strong across the top of your back. Tilt your sit bones up. Let's lengthen again through the backs of those legs. And then we're coming into a three-legged dog on the left. So all our weight is into the right foot. Left leg starts to float up as high as you like. And then you bend, tuck that thigh and knee into your chest. And bring that left leg forward into pigeon while you slide back with the right. And again, if you need a little support or something under that left thigh now, please find it. Please give it to yourself. Feel that you are in your pigeon that works for you. Find what works for you, and then we're going to lean forward. So we're leaning forward over our left leg, bringing the arms forward. And we're looking for a sense here that we're allowing the muscles to just be. We're not holding on. Do a scan around and see where you are holding any tension now. And it may not be where you think. It may not be in the hips and the legs and the belly. It might be across your shoulders, might be in your neck or your jaw, might be across your forehead. You might be scrunching up your toes. Find the tension wherever it happens to be and allow it to release. Allow your breath to steady and lengthen. And I invite you here to take extra deep, slow breaths. Taking the hands now down towards the mat, we're going to be lifting up just the torso. Legs stay where they are. And again, an opportunity to feel a lovely stretch here from the left, on the right side, right into the top of that thigh. A similar stretch to one you'd get in lunge or in some of the warrior sequence. And again, find any tension, let go, release, if you can. And if you can't, just acknowledge that it's there and notice. And taking the hands back towards the mat, if they're not already, tucking the right toes under, allowing yourself to come back off. And again, we're in plank. So quite a little bit of a plank today, here and there. Strong plank. Push the floor away, lift your shoulder blades up, mid-back up towards the ceiling. Head, neck, back, legs, all in line. And we're sending the heels back, so pushing back the heels and then pushing forward. Pushing back, pushing forward, pushing back and pushing forward. Just rocking forwards and backwards. And taking the knees to the mat. Bringing yourself back briefly into Balasana. Again, stretching out in your arms. And this should feel really lovely in your hip crease, in your hips, in your thighs, and the sides of the body. Allow yourself to rest in Balasana for 3 breaths. Find the Balasana that you need right now. And when you're ready, drawing yourself up, coming into hero pose, sitting on your heels. Squeeze all the muscles in your legs. Feel that you are rising up, so hips coming gently up, and relax. Allow yourself to settle, allow the legs to soften, all the muscles to ease. And from here, we're moving the legs into Baddha Konasana. So either slide yourself off to the sides or do a crazy, complicated, funky flip into your Baddha Konasana. However you want to get there, just bring yourself into Baddha Konasana. And then we're drawing up. So long in the spine. Think about the crown of your head, always moving gently up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. I'm using my hands here just to anchor myself, to lift the feet a little. I'm trying to encourage my knees to go out to the sides and down to the mat. So use your hands where you need. Maybe you want to press down on your knees. Maybe you don't feel like pressing anything or forcing anything today, in which case that's what you must do. And when you find the position that you're comfortable being in or that you wish to be in, hopefully there's some comfort there as well. Allow the muscles to ease and soften. Still keeping the length in your spine though, so your torso is not relaxing here, just the legs and the hips. Gaze is low. Your gaze is about a foot in front, or a foot and a half in front of you. That is your drishti point. So we keep a little length in the spine and the neck. We're not curling around. Now we're going to do something a little bit challenging, perhaps, or perhaps not. We're all different. And different things are challenging on different days. Some days it's just challenging even getting out of bed. And some days you can conquer the world. Let's hope we're all having one of the latter, but they're all necessary. So right hand down to the floor, just beside your thigh. Left hand comes up. And we're using the Baddha Konasana base to come into a little bit of side bend. We haven't done a lot of work in the side body. So we're opening up now, underarm, ribs, side of the belly. Keep your hips both into the ground, your sit bones rather. Squeezing on the right side, that might give you a little bit more movement. Don't hold your breath, keep breathing. And then we're coming all the way up again. Reach up and then come back down. Same thing on the other side. So let's just find that nice anchor space. Watch that one leg isn't flying and the other's relaxed. They both want to be relaxed, or we want them both to be relaxed. And then we're taking the right hand up on an inhale. On an exhale, we're folding over. So this left hand here is really just for support. We're not leaning too much into that arm. We want the muscles in the torso to be supporting and stretching. So we're squeezing into the left side, opening up on the right. Well done. Don't hold your breath. Breathe. In through your nostrils, out through your mouth. Relax that right shoulder. It doesn't have to be tense. It's all about the torso here. And then let's come all the way back up gently and give the legs a bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a shake. Maybe let the feet come a bit further away. And let's rock the knees. Well done. Brilliant. Did quite a bit there. Quite a bit of slow but challenging stuff. And we're going to go from here into a lovely side twist. So we're coming down to the mat. Come down any way that works for you. If you want to rock and roll down, give yourself a little bit of a back and forth rock and roll. Come down to lying on your mat with your knees tucked in, with your arms wrapped around, giving yourself a lovely hug. Now let's take the arms wide and a nice T out to the side. So left arm out to the left side, right arm out to the right side. And we're looking for as much contact as possible between your shoulders and the floor here. Knees are still folded into the chest, or if you prefer, take your feet flat to the floor and go into your twist from there, whatever works for you. Wherever you're going to get the most twist along the whole of your spine. So let's take the knees over to the left from wherever works for you. Or maybe you want to straighten your legs, or maybe you're going to cross your legs. Do whatever version works for you for today. And then head goes over to the right side. We take that twist, that little bit of torsion through the spine, all the way from the atlas axis point down to your coccyx. Not a lot of twist going on in your sacrum and coccyx, but believe me, it all helps. The muscles around will still be moving. The muscles and the tendons and the ligaments will be doing their stretch. And when they are not stretching, they will be getting fed by the blood supply in your body much better. I've lost the ability to speak English properly, so breathe here and ease into this lovely twist. And gently coming back to neutral. So head back first, and then your legs, and take your legs straight over to the other side. Let's not hang about. Here we are into the opposite twist. Do you notice that one side was easier than the other? Are they both exactly the same? Just noticing. Practicing that lovely ability to notice and observe in a kind way. To recognize when the voice is critical. And gently move away from that critical voice to kind voice. To yourself, to others. And start with yourself. And then coming back to center, head first, then legs. Bringing your knees in again, a nice hug, final hug. Maybe a rock from side to side. Easing out any last bits of tension in the lower back, in the hips, in the mid-back. And then bringing yourself into Shavasana. So come into Shavasana, however works for you. Find something warm to wrap up with if you need. Close your eyes. Allow your body to settle. Allow the mat to hold you, or whatever you're lying on. Feel that connection between the different layers beneath you, going all the way down to the center of the earth. Allowing your spine to gently relax into the mat. Honoring the natural curves of your spine. Lengthening through the legs. Allowing your legs to flop out to either side. Keeping the palms of your hands facing up towards the sky. And relaxing all the muscles, starting with your toes. Relax your toes. Relax the tops of your feet. Relax the soles of your feet and relax your ankles. Relax your shins. Relax your calves. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax the whole of your pelvis and relax your belly. Relax your chest. And relax your throat and your neck. Relax your hands, your wrists. Relax your forearms. Relax your upper arms and your shoulders. Relax the whole of your spine. Feel each breath come and go easily, softly. No tension in the breath. Relax your jaw, relax your mouth. Relax your cheeks and your nose. Relax your eyes and all the little muscles around your eyes. Relax your ears. Relax your forehead. And relax the whole of your scalp. Feel your head is heavy, completely at rest. As you breathe in, take that breath softly and gently around the whole of your body. As you breathe out, feel yourself sink a little deeper, a little softer into that state of deep relaxation. As you breathe in, filling up with light and warmth and possibility and promise and joy. And as you breathe out, you're releasing and letting go. Letting go of anything that no longer serves you, making space. As you breathe in, feeling that softening, continuing throughout. As you breathe out, easing and letting go. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. Gently bringing yourself in the same relaxed, easy pose to a little more awareness, keeping your eyes closed, bringing yourself now onto your right side. When you're ready, coming up to sitting, eyes still closed. The neck and the spine a long crown of the head, moving up again towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Arms are relaxed. Sit in any position that works for you. Take a deep breath in, filling up the whole of your torso, filling up the whole of your body. And as you exhale, gently bring your hands to Namaste Mudra, Anjali Mudra. Press together in front of your chest. Breathing in. Filling up, feeling that expansion, the expansiveness, that connection with everything and everyone around you. As you breathe out, allowing your head to gently drop, chin to chest, forehead towards your fingertips. Gently opening your eyes, and as you breathe in, raising your head back up again. And let go when you're ready. And namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. First yoga of the year, first yoga of 2023. How exciting and how lovely that you were here. Well done. I have an extra yoga person here too. Hiding behind me. No, behind you.